All right. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, inside the HPL broadcast booth. We have a very exciting game for you guys here today. We have Ole Miss taking on Georgia. Up in the broadcast booth, it is Mr. Jake, of course, and joining along beside me, the man who is, I think he's currently undefeated at the moment, the Oregon head coach, Mayhem Lamar. Mayhem, how's it going?
Good. It is going well. It's the national reigning champion, and on a 16-game win streak in this dynasty, it's going well. So excited to be calling this game between two teams that almost won the national championship last year, but just not quite good enough. We'll see. We'll see what happens in this game.
And of course, you're no strangers to both individuals. So what's the type of game we're going to be seeing from both teams here today?
I think we're going to be seeing power football, if I have to say anything. I mean, you've got two teams that I think want to run a very power scheme. We've seen the Maryland Eye be stapled in both roster or both teams' game plans and philosophy. Figure out what they want to do on offense here.
I definitely do agree. Not to mention, in my opinion, this is probably the toughest division right now in HPL as we speak because there's so many users in the SEC. But yet, before we do get things underway, I gotta ask you, who is your prediction to win this game?
It is a tough game. So you've got these teams have, I believe, split so far. We had Georgia win in the regular season last year, but then Ole Miss, when it counted, won in the playoffs. So
End
this
of
is
the
kind
first
of
season with Syracuse, I beat them.
Okay, well, we're talking about just this dynasty here. And so I think there's an interesting matchup, but if you look at Georgia, I mean, at home, they got taken to the brink against Texas. A lot of people talk about the finish of that game. Was it fair? Was it not? Should they have won? I think the answer across the board is no. They got really lucky with that one. Is the game going to just magically give Georgia another win? I think that might be what it takes to beat Ole Miss. I don't know if they can beat them straight up, but I think it'll certainly be interesting. There's no doubt he has the advantage in terms of athletes on the field, but does he have the advantage in terms of the person on the stick? We'll have to see.
Alrighty, we're underway, and of course, one thing I forgot to mention is that Joker is going to be our sideline reporter for the first half of this game. Joker, welcome as always.
Hello, hello.
Alrighty, Mayhem, you are on the ball with this one already. As we get ready to kick things off on the way, it looks like Georgia's going to have possession to start the game off, and we'll see what type of offense we're going to be seeing here from this Georgia offense.
Yeah, we're going to have to see a quick offense because they've got 4 seconds to snap this ball. It's the opening snap of the game, and it's going to be a handoff here.
Jal running to the left side, gain of 7 right there. Really, I don't understand the play clock, but anyways, good run, gain of 7 right here. Never mind. I was going to ask something, but same thing. But anyways, 2nd and 3, ball to 32-yard line. Gonna get a man in motion. Gonna get stopped though. That is gonna be a loss of 3, I believe.
Yeah, there's a reason that Trevor Etienne has not seen the field much this year. I mean, Jamal Haynes, I think, has 90% of this team's carries. And Etienne, who a lot of people see as a superstar, has just basically been forced out of this offense because of just how inconsistent he's been and how unproductive he's been. So it'll be interesting to see how much he plays in this game.
As he finds a man wide open, the drive is still alive for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, we don't see this team throw a lot. Rashada does not do a ton of throwing. He saw a lot more against Texas because he was kind of forced to. But, again, this is a team that wants to run the ball, so.
ETN, once again, running to the left side, going to break a tackle, and that will be a first down for the Bulldogs as we see that hurry-up offense. Let's see what they can do here. 1st and 10, ball at the 47-yard line.
ETN out wide. That's where he's dangerous.
So snap to back pass. Going to get pressure from the defensive line. And he's going to have to throw it away there.
Yeah, great job by Ole Miss. They were ready. You saw another zig route. You saw it for that first down by Delp. They tried to have ETN run it, but Ole Miss prepared. I think that's what this game's going to be, a game of adjustments. Who can, come up with the big play? And so good move by Ole Miss to make an adjustment on defense there.
Rashada gets a man in motion, making a couple of adjustments for this offense. 6-10 ball to 47. Rashada's going to snap the back pass. Going to find a man. He's going to throw it deep. He's got a man. And it's intercepted.
Oh!
He's going to run it all the way past the 25. He's going to run over to the left side, and it will be stopped at the 23.
That is an unbelievable play by the defender. I mean, looked like Odell Beckham out there. That was an incredible catch. You would think that matchup would have favored Georgia. It was, I think, the right decision. Just maybe not even underthrown, though. It just looked like an incredible play to come over the top. And that is a huge stop for Ole Miss here. This gives them the chance to really get control of this game, but they've got to take advantage and score on this drive.
Bugger's going to head off to this running back and only again a one. I definitely do agree there, Mayhem. It seemed like Georgia thought that it was going to be a touchdown pass, but great job for the defense. Great job for the guy that caught the interception, making this an opportunity for the Ole Miss to be able to score here. 6-9, ball at the 24-yard line. Boger, you can hear the crowd is rocking in here at the stadium as Boger gets a man in motion. See what he can do here. He's going to fake hand off to his running back, passes it to his receiver. Oh my gosh!
You might want to stay on your feet there. That was... I know that the hurdle, I mean, we've seen the hurdle take over, but that was a hit. I don't think you want your star receiver falling on his neck too many more times, so I would hope the coach might talk to him about maybe staying on the ground. A powerful guy did not need to be getting flipped and landing on his neck anymore this game.
I've never seen that animation in this game so far. 32, ball to 31-yard line. The crowd is rocking it here at Georgia. They know that their team has to do something here as 29 is going to run up in the middle. No gain on the play, so this will be fourth down, but they are going for it, keeping the offense out with the whole no hurry up offense. Let's see what Boger can do here. Let's see here. Boger is trying to be able to make some adjustments. Sorry to cut you off there, Mayhem. As Boger's going to head off to his running back, but yet is going to be stopped short.
I just don't agree. You've got a young quarterback on the road, and I just don't agree with the decision to go for it there. You've already gotten the turnover. If you punt this away, you're still in a good spot with getting the ball at half. I just don't think, and especially the play call, I just don't think I agree. But we'll see what happens.
Finds a man, and it is a fumble! Oh my God.
And Georgia just throws it away again. That looks like a premature celebration. We have seen this various times in college football history. I mean, I could throw back in like 2014 when Utah did it against Oregon and it cost them the game. You just cannot, when you're playing the number 4 team in the country, you cannot have mistakes like this. And Ole Miss just gets, I mean, this is a gift, and they need to take advantage of this.
Not to mention that is that this is the second back-to-back drive for Georgia to be able to turn the ball over. I mean, we see the interception on their first drive, and of course now the fumble on their second drive. So Ole Miss defense is not playing around in this game, as we do see a 2nd and 6, ball at 24. Mayhem, one thing I can tell you is that the last time we saw the Ole Miss offense, they tried to go for it on 4th down and it backfired. So what's something that they need to do here on this drive?
It's hard. Georgia's got a lot of good athletes, right? So it's about trying to find your matchups. I think moving around is probably your best shot. I love this play. This is a great play. I don't think Ole Miss has the ability to take the top off this defense. I think they're going to have to do a lot of side-to-side. We saw Oregon have a lot of success with this last year in the championship run, is that you don't have to get 30 yards of play. But if you can just get 5-6 yards every play, you're going to put yourself in good positions. I think that's going to be Ole Miss's key here, is to just take what the defense gives you and just get a couple yards of play.
Yeah, and they converted it on 3rd and inches right there. Smart strategy to have the quarterback sneak right there for them to be able to get a chance to get 4 more downs. But so far, this has been a scoreless game, but it's mostly been a defensive game, especially if you're a fan of Ole Miss. They have had 2 turnovers already. Georgia, they've had a turnover on down for them. So we're seeing something here. I mean, Ole Miss is moving the chains. Let's see what Boger can do here. 1st and 10, ball to 31-yard line. Boger is going to head off to his running back, and he's going to get stopped. A 3-yard loss on that play.
Yeah, good adjustment. They try to kind of go back to that same play where they run the guy from the slot out wide, and all over at Georgia. Good defensive play. Ole Miss has to run the ball successfully to take the pressure off of Boger, I think. I don't think they can have him drop back 25, 30 times this game and expect to win.
Boger's going to snap the back to pass. He's going to find a man deep, and it is going to be incomplete. KJ Bolden with the covers right there, the sophomore from Georgia. So now it's 3rd and 13. Do we expect more of a deep pass here from Boger here? Alrighty. Thank you for that there, Mayhem, as we'll see what Georgia can do. Can they be able to stop them? He is gone, so 3rd and 13. I don't know what happened to Mayhem there, but he's back. But 3rd and 13. Let's see what Boger can do. The crowd is hyping this defense up. That's something that Boger and this offense is going to have to try to work on. Boger finds a man, and it's going to be caught. Great pass, great catch right there.
Yeah, I'll just kind of cover in for Mr. Morrow until we get things figured out on that end. Yeah, good play. Just Georgia needed to get a big stop there. I believe May's back in there. I can hear him breathing.
I think I'm back. Sorry.
Yeah, you're fine, as we do see a 1st and 10. Clock is winding down to 10 here left in the first quarter, and play clock's winding down for 5 seconds. Will we see a play? I don't think so. Yeah, we are. As the running back runs in the middle, going to get stopped by the defensive line, loss of 1. So that is the end of the first quarter. Scoreless game here in Georgia. Mayhem, what are you seeing as far as from your perspective in this game so far?
Yeah, well, I mean, we've seen Georgia move the ball up and down the field now. An incredible defensive play and then just an absolutely boneheaded play are the only reason that this game might not be 2 scores for Georgia right now. Ole Miss needs to take advantage of this, though they haven't had the same success. But that's a great play right there.
Yeah, great play. That is Dequan Wright right there. He's had 2 catches for 33 yards. So they're moving up the chains. They're past midfield up at 38. So Boger and this offense are moving up the chains. Really great strategy for them. Working on some plays as Boger's going to head up to his running back. And that's something that we definitely need to pay attention to, is the defensive line is not playing in the game so far.
Yeah, they're getting pushed. The Ole Miss offense is getting pushed back every single run play, and you're just not going to have a lot of success when that's happening here. But we've seen Georgia with a lot of blitz, right? So if you're Ole Miss, you've got to find ways to counter that. They have not done it so far. You see it again there, another negative play.
Yeah, I mean, one thing I can say about this, though, is that if you think about this Mayhem, is that, you know, as far as passing-wise, they're phenomenal, they're fantastic, but on the ground, they have been playing horrendous because of how incredible Georgia's defensive line is. As we see a 3rd and 12, ball at the 41-yard line, and we'll see how this goes. Boger's going to snap the back pass. Boger's finding a man, and it's going to be intercepted. The user, as Georgia gets the ball once again.
Yeah, great play, Ricardo Hallman. We saw him with a massive play in about the same area of the field against Texas last week, and you would think that you would want to keep the ball away from him. He's 6'4", he's got incredible ball skills, and everybody just keeps throwing the ball to him. I think we would want to make adjustments on that, but every time you throw it in his vicinity, he's going to make a play.
Yeah, definitely. Sorry. Definitely agree. As we do see a 2nd and 5, I mean, I think Georgia's going to have to try to work on something different here as Haynes runs the ball up in the middle for 5 yards. 2nd and 5, ball at the 32-yard line. Rashada hands it off once again. And this time it's going to move up the chains, gain a 3. So now they're going to have to go with the hurry-up offense here. They're not wasting any time as a timeout being called by Ole Miss.
I think that's a great call by Ole Miss because Georgia had a very favorable front to run on that first time. I'm shocked that was only a 3-yard gain. And if you're Ole Miss, I mean, I think it would have been a tall task to ask a 3-man front to stop a 2-yard run. So I think that's a good call. Smart play there by the Ole Miss Rebels.
Definitely do agree. 3rd and 2, ball to 34. Clock is winding down to 4 seconds left here in the second. We see Spear making the motion to the right side. The play clock
looks like
winding
it's
down to
zone
2.
based off those reactions.
And he does get the ball set in time as we do see run up to the middle. Haynes run up to the left side for a first down, Bulldogs.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen Georgia able to move the ball consistently. It's just they haven't been able to finish it off, but we've seen all the same here.
As we see Haynes getting a run for 2. So one thing I can say is that if you think about this, so Ole Miss, phenomenal on the passing game, but Georgia, it seems like the ground game has been working for them thus far.
Well, yeah, when you got the best offensive line and the CPU can just push everyone backwards, not too hard to, play offense or defense. But, it's a great play by Ole Miss. This is a 3rd and 12. This is where I've noticed that Georgia kind of struggles a little bit. When you get them into these 3rd and longs, they just don't execute the same way. They like to be, in those 3rd and shorts like everyone else does, but this is a big play.
Yeah, 3rd and 12. Rashada trying to find a man. He's going to throw it to Haynes. Haynes is going to run up to the right side. Haynes is going to get a man. Thought it was going to be a first down, but no, it's going to be 4th and 1 as we see the hurry-up offense once again and the timeout being called by Ole Miss.
Again, great timeout by Ole Miss. I mean, that's a guaranteed first down. If there's half a yard on a 3-man front with Georgia, it's a guaranteed first down. So you have to call the timeout. I know you don't want to.
This
is going to be what a kicking performance we saw last week. Here we go again. I'm shocked Georgia's kicking this in the first place, but we'll see.
This is 61 yards, might I add, by the way. And we're seeing how fast this meter's going. I mean, Mason is one of the best kickers in the league. And the kick is up. Don't tell me it's good. And it is no good.
He made a 62-yarder last week. That looked like it was going to have the distance. I mean, incredible effort. He's not short by much either. But again, if you're Georgia on a 4th and half a yard at home with how good your defense is playing, I think you might want to consider going for that. But it's a big opportunity for Ole Miss.
And Ole Miss, running the ball to the right side, gaining 9. I mean, that is probably the most positive play that we've seen as far as the ground game wise. But we'll see how this goes. That clock was winding down close to the 2-minute warning. 2nd and 1. As we see the quarterback sneak, no. As we do go to the 2-minute warning here.
Yeah, you hit it right on the head. That first down play was the best play we've seen from Ole Miss in that ground game. And then they follow it up with a quarterback sneak, and they can't get a yard. So now this is going to be a big play here for Ole Miss. With 2-minute warning, they are in position to control this game if they can get it. I mean, I cannot believe that this is short based on where they spotted this.
They said he was short, so we'll see what Burger can do here. 3rd and 1, or 3rd and inches, might I add. Wilson Jr. is waiting for the QB sneak. You know it's coming. No, it's going to be a pass, and it will be caught for first down, Rebels.
Yeah, another good play call. We've seen the tight end have a success early on in this game here, and something to definitely monitor as we go on.
Yeah, the clock's winding down to a minute 40. 1st and 10, ball to 37-yard line. Boger's working on a couple of adjustments. Boger's going to hand it off to his running back, and that defensive line, we talked about it once again, and a timeout being called by Georgia.
Yeah, I get calling the timeout. I'm not sure if it's going to accomplish what they want. I mean, now if they get an incompletion, it's going to put them right where they want it, but 2nd and 12 here. This is a big play for Ole Miss. You've got to at least get yourself into a 3rd and short. You cannot be 3rd and 12 against a defense like that.
I definitely agree as we see Wright moving over to the left side, moving over to the right side. 2nd and 12. What does Berger do? He's going to throw it, and it's going to be caught. I think that is a 6-yard gain, so 3rd and 6, and a timeout being called by Georgia. That is their final timeout in this half.
Yeah, it's a good play. I thought they were going to go to the tight end across the middle again. It's a good throw out to the to the receiver out there from Boger, and this is what you needed, right? 3rd and 6. I don't know if you're really in field goal range yet, but this sets you up potentially 2-down territory here to try and get this first.
I think it's field goal. I think the range you want to get to is the 35, but yet, the fumble recovered by the Bulldogs. The strip fumble worked for the Bulldogs. Damon Wilson Jr.
Yeah, I mean, guaranteed to get one a game with the best defense. It's not too hard. I don't know how it's coded into the game where that has to happen every game. I mean, I guess it's better than it happening on 4th down or, in the 4th quarter with half a minute to go, but you got to rebound from this if you're Ole Miss.
Rashada is going to throw it deep, and it's going to be out of bounds. I thought that was going to be a catch right there.
Yeah, Rashada probably hung on to it a little too long. He had that read earlier. Also didn't need to put so much air underneath it. You wonder if maybe that's because he's on the run, but this drive could determine the game, because if you're Georgia and you can score, you really put yourself in the driver's seat, especially with how your defense is playing.
Yeah, I definitely do agree.
If you're Ole Miss, you gotta get the stop.
And they're not going to get the stop right there. I think that is ETN running up to the right side. So they are a yard past midfield. Clock is winding down to less than a minute left here in the first half here. We'll see what Rashada can do. They're making a couple of adjustments. Rashada snaps the match pass. Gets pressured, but yet throws the ball away incomplete.
Yeah, great pass rush by Ole Miss there. But if you're Georgia, you've got plenty of time, to go down, to get a field goal or any sort of score here. So we'll see what they do.
Rashada making a couple of adjustments once again. Once again, they don't have any timeouts, so yet they're going to try to work on some really good time management here. As we see ETN run over to the left side, ETN is going to get a gain of 3. But like I mentioned before, clock is winding down. They're bringing up the hurry-up offense here. Rashada making a couple of adjustments here like we're seeing so far. As we do see less than 40 seconds left here in the first half. Rashada, snap back to pass, finds a man, and it is caught, and that is going to be a 1st down Bulldogs.
Yeah, just about in field goal range here. That was a good play. May have had ETN over the middle, but still a solid run. And oh boy, they're going to give it right back up with that. Not only, that should be a 10-second runoff, not just 5 to push them out of field goal range here. Yeah, 21 seconds. And that, again, is another just huge break for Ole Miss. But you've got to make a play right here and keep them back. You can't just let them get back to the 30.
Rashada is going to run over to the right side. Rashada is going to run over and slides it down.
Gotta go.
You gotta go.
No, we don't know the button to push the spike. Here we go.
10 seconds left.
Oh no.
And that is going to be the end of the first half here with that.
Yeah, you got to wonder if that's quarterback inexperience. That was just, the decision to run was really smart, but then you'd think you'd come up to the line and spike it. And they just kind of run a play, and no one's really going toward the sideline. You've got to wonder, the play call decision on there. It's just an inexperienced quarterback, I think. And this first half was all Georgia mistakes keeping Ole Miss in the game. Can Ole Miss make the adjustments in the second half to take the gift that they were given, essentially, and, make a play and get the lead here?
Definitely do agree on that. As the second half starts on the way, let's think about what has happened in the first half so far. As 81 is going to run over to the right side for a touchback. Think about this though. We've seen a lot of mistakes from both teams. Georgia, especially, I think maybe 2-3 turnovers in the first half. What does Ole Miss need to do here in the second half?
They just need to score. I think if they can score, they really put the pressure on Georgia. It doesn't have to be a touchdown, but They need to stay ahead. They can't. You see a 1 yard run here. They need to get into 2nd and 6, 3rd and 1. They keep getting themselves into 2nd and 9, 3rd and 8. Right? They need to be more efficient on the first 2 downs to set themselves up for that 3rd down.
As we see Boger face hands off to his running back, and it's going to be pressure. No interception for the Bulldogs, as it is incomplete.
And what did I just say that you have to avoid if you're Ole Miss? 3rd and 9. And here we are. It's 3rd and 9. He's going to pin their ears back. It's not what you want to see.
Boger's snapped back to pass, finds a man deep, and it is this running back. He's going to run over to the left side. He's going to run all the way to the 5 for a touchdown, Rebels.
And that is an incredible play by Boger to hang in the pocket there. I didn't even see the running back coming out, but he splits the seam, 2 wide safeties, and you see him stand in there, gets absolutely smoked, but delivers an absolute dime, and that is the play that Ole Miss needed. They're up 7-0 now.
7-0 indeed. So now, if you think about Georgia, like I mentioned before earlier, the turnovers. I mean, they struggled a lot in the offense in the first half. They tried to go for, 62-yard field goal. They're going to have to do something here in the second half. We'll see number 8 run out of the bounds, and it's going to be stopped at 13. So
yeah, true freshman there. Might want to put him back on the bench after that terrible decision. I don't know why.
That's actually Joshua Wright.
Keep shooting himself in the foot. I mean, they just cannot get out of their own way. And so you wonder if, like, the CFB guys are going to bless them with another fumble or something late, like against Texas. But in another game that Georgia just tried to lose, and see if Ole Miss can, come up and finish it.
Another thing, too, is that, which, by the way, Haynes tried to run for it, but, yeah, a loss of 2 on the play. I mean, like I talked about before, turnovers have been the biggest issue. They tried to go for a field goal, backfired on them. They desperately need to do something here after the Rebels scored a touchdown the last drive. Rashada going to be able to make some adjustments. He's going to snap back to pass. He's going to find a man deep. That is his tight end. He's going to run over to the right side. He's going to make a man miss. No, he stops him at the 32.
Yeah, great throw by Rashada there. I mean, we've seen a lot. Both teams have been doing a lot of man blitzing, and if you can get a quick route out, that was a great play design. The double crosser, you just got to read the right one. Great decision by Rashada. We saw him make that big mistake late in the first half that maybe cost him points, so on him to maybe fix that in the second.
As Haynes runs over to the right side, you can see the stats as far as him today. He's had 8 attempts for 25 yards. We mostly see him with 15 attempts for 190 yards, but instead, this Rebel defense has been stopping him pretty good thus far. 2nd and 8, ball to 33. What does Rashada do here? ETN right behind, right next to him. As we see a man in motion, that is 86, going to go over to the left side. Going to make a man go down, but yet not with a stop at the 38-yard line.
Yeah, 3rd and 4, big opportunity here for both teams. This is a huge play in this game.
ETN
ETN!
Oh, no games, so yet
great play by Ole Miss.
Yeah. So I
think if you're Georgia, if you can get it to 4th and 2, 4th and 1, you're going. But 4th and 4, they're going to have to punt this. This really could change the game. Ole Miss had the chance to get up 2 scores.
Yeah, as we do see the punt stopped at the 18-yard line, fair catch it. So now, like Mayhem said, the Rebels do have an opportunity to score a 2-possession game here. Boger going to hand it off to his running back, and it gets stopped with a loss of 2. That is tackled by Jordan Hall.
Yeah, we've seen this inside interior for Georgia just wreck this game. If you're Ole Miss, you've got to realize that Georgia probably wants to be aggressive right here because they've got to take the fight to you, right? So you've got to maybe come out and out.
And
not that.
Ooh, loss of 4 on a play. Jordan Hall once again.
Yeah, 3rd and 16. If you're Ole Miss, I mean, I might as well just run it again. I think this drive's pretty much over. It's just, I mean, Hall is just taken over on the interior here.
3rd and 16, ball at the 12-yard line. Boger needs to do something here. Boger's going to have to match
Oh my
pass.
God. Oh my God.
Find a man left side. Find a man wide open. That is number 3. He's going to run all the way up to the midfield. Stopped at the 48.
I don't know what coverage Georgia was running. Complete bust on the left side. I don't know if Boger was waiting for the comeback route there, but if he could have gotten that ball out quicker, I thought he had a shot to the end zone. But nonetheless, a huge play. 3rd and 16. Forget what I said. That was a great decision. And Ole Miss keeps the drive moving.
And I think there's a holding call right there on the left tackle, so yeah, this will go back, I think, 5 yards. Or, I don't know, but what did he do? I don't know. But anyway, it's 1st and 20.
Holding.
Yeah,
yep.
holding. All right, we'll see. Linda Graham getting the man in motion. As we see, I think his name's Sama. Only a 4-yard gain on the play.
Yeah, it was still a good play for Ole Miss there. This is getting to the point where now you're trying to think, how do I get close for 4th down, I would think, with how aggressive they are. But this second down play is going to be big.
As we see Boger, it's going to throw it deep, and it's going to be caught. It's going to go all the way to the touchdown. Touchdown, Rebels.
That is an incredible throw from Boger again. That's the second one we've seen where he stands in there, gets absolutely obliterated by a defender, and puts the ball in the bucket. And now it is 14-0, and this is exactly what you wanted if you're Ole Miss.
Definitely do agree on that, and they're looking like they are the #1 team in the SEC. So this is huge for Ole Miss. They're going into enemy territory, stopping them, making them scoreless here late in the 3rd quarter with less than a minute and 6 left.
Yeah, if you're Georgia, you have to score, and those mistakes, I mean, loom large. That fumble at the goal line celebrating is just... What would they do to have that back?
The screen backfired on them. A loss of 2 on the play. That is tackled by Chris Paul Jr. I think that, if I've seen that right.
Yeah, same guy who had that interception earlier, so he's really played a spectacular game. We have not seen any of the Maryland eye, really, from Georgia. Well, the one time they ran it, should have been a touchdown. And they've just gone away from it. It's been what they've hung their hat on all year.
Oh, my God. That was crazy. Would have been a sack, but yet now an incompletion. So we'll see.
Yeah, I don't know how he got that ball out, and then he just gets lucky that wasn't intercepted right there. So Georgia catches a big break, but 3rd and 12, what are they going to do to answer?
That's something we need to keep an eye on. Snap's back to pass, and it's going to be intercepted by the Rebels.
Oh, he's going all the way!
He is going all the way. Slowly but surely.
There he goes, rubbing it in by making it go at 1x speed.
A.J. Brown with the interception right there, with a pick 6 for the Rebels.
What a play. I mean, and Georgia is trying to get this quick out route, this quick stick up the seam, and they had it, I think, on the last play, so they tried to go back to it, but Ole Miss just had the perfect adjustment. Great play.
As we're now, thank you, Jackson, for that, by the way. And one thing for sure is that if you're looking as far as who these teams are facing next, after this, Georgia will be facing Kentucky. And, of course, for Ole Miss, after they get done here in Georgia, let's see who they play next. They'll be playing against Georgia Southern.
And I no longer have access to the screen. It's not working.
The stream? No, the stream. Thank you, Jackson.
Thank you.
Alrighty,
All right,
I think the time. Go ahead.
can you see it?
Yeah, I can see it.
Okay, give me 1 second.
Alrighty, Mayhem having some technical difficulties, but it is a 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs. As Haynes gonna run over to the left side, lost a 4 on a play, tackled by Dudley right there. As Mayhem is back, clock is winding down, less than 14 seconds left here in the 3rd quarter. Rashada is gonna miss the sack, throws it deep, he's got a man, and it's caught. Jamal Hayes. Mayhem, did we got you, bud?
Yeah, hang on.
Alrighty, as we do see a 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs here in the 4th quarter. Ball to 33, Rashada. Throws it deep, got a man, and it is going to be short to the end zone, but it will be a 1st and goal at the 1. Alright, here we go. 1st and goal, ball to 1. Rashada. No! Rashada gets stopped. 2nd and goal now. Ball to 1, hands it off to his running back, going to get stopped once again. And a injury timeout for Sertain Perkins, I believe. 3rd and goal. Rashada's going to hand it off to his running back, and it's going to be stopped once again. Jamarius Brown with the tackle. Fourth and goal. Ball to 2. Let's see what they can do here. Rashada finds a man, and it's going to be touchdown for the Bulldogs. And now we have a 2-possession game here in Georgia with less than 4:59 left in the 4th. Alright, let's see what goes on here. 1st and 10, ball at the 25. As the run up in the middle, he's going to get a gain of 2 on the play. Here we go, 2nd and 8. Ball at the 27. Boger's going to get a man in motion. Boger is going to throw it, and it's going to be caught for a gain of 3 on play. Mayhem, you with us?
I am. If it's possible, could we get this screen unshared and reshared? I think there's just something with my side, and that should be good.
Yeah, after this play.
Alrighty, Boger is going to snap that pass. 3rd and 5. Finds a man, and it is caught. That is Sama, I believe, for a 1st down, Rebels.
If it doesn't work, you can join on your phone.
Okay.
Alrighty.
Is it working?
1st and...
No.
First and 10. Dama's going to run up, no gain on the play. Tackled by Jordan Hall, who's made a tremendous impact on this Georgia defense. Second and 10, ball to 36. Dama run up in the middle. It's going to make a man miss, but yeah, that is a gain of 9. Kjuan Owens with the run right there, if I said his name right. 2-minute warning here in the 4th. Let's see what they can do here. Third and 1. Boger's going to hand it off, and it's going to be stopped. Troy Bowles with the tackle. As we do see the pump formation coming out. Let's see how this goes.
Really surprised no timeout from Georgia there. I know it might not matter, but you'd think you want to save as much time possible for maybe an onside kick at this point, but instead they're just going to let 40 seconds go off.
So instead it'll now be a first and 10, ball at the 22. 1:14 left in the 4th. As we see Rashada. Let's see what they can do here. ATN is going to get in the backfield, is going to go over to the left side. First and 10, ball to 22. Rashada. He's going to throw it deep, and it's going to be caught. And now he's going to be able to go all the way. He's going to go all the way. Touchdown Bulldogs with 1:03 left in the 4th.
If you're Ole Miss, how does this happen? You just cannot. This is. And Georgia, all of a sudden, we saw how quickly Ole Miss put up 21 points. Georgia's got now they've still got their 3 timeouts. Ole Miss has not been able to run the ball at all today. This is going to get interesting.
As they kick us up, it is good. So yet a 1-possession game here left in the 4th. 1:03 left. What does Georgia do? They're not going to go for a onside kick like it appeared to be. So we'll see what goes down as Georgia has all 3 of their timeouts remaining. Remember, is that every time Ole Miss runs, they stop them immediately. Do you think Ole Miss needs to do something for here in late in this drive?
I think you gotta try and run it, right? But you gotta try and maybe do something that you haven't done before, put a wrinkle in it. But you can't just throw an incompletion and leave them with the timeout. So it's a really tough position for Ole Miss here.
As they run it, and now timeout being called by Georgia here.
Great decision to run it. I thought he had the receiver. It looked like they kind of ran an RPO there. He had the receiver to the left. But the hole was also huge in the middle, and what a time for Ole Miss to finally have their best run of the day.
As we see a pass now is going to be first down for Boger and the Rebels offense.
And that's the game.
Yeah,
pretty much. I mean, it might not be completely over, but it is pretty much over. If you're Ole Miss, I would be very, very careful of letting a Georgia player touch me. We've seen the RNG hit before.
And not to mention that we also seen a forced fumble earlier in the first half. So let's see how this goes. As we see 2nd and 12, ball at the 41, quarterback Neely, and that is it. The undefeated Bulldogs go down as the Ole Miss Rebels gets the win over Georgia.
Yeah, great game. Great game. I mean, super exciting. So a defensive slugfest in the first half, and then a little bit of an offensive explosion, but what a play. What a game by Michael Boger. His 2 touchdowns were unbelievable throws, and this is a huge moment for both these teams. Ole Miss establishing themselves, winning on the road, but Georgia probably still has a good path to the championship game, so we'll see how these teams feel.
Alrighty, as we do see a tremendous game, let's go ahead and talk to the coach of the Bulldogs real quick. Georgia, do you have a copy? Or Mason, you have a copy, sorry. Alright, you struggled a lot, but you ended up bouncing back in the second half. What happened in that first half there?
Yeah, just laid an egg. You know, really good defense. And the Ole Miss defensive coordinator, he knows how to stop Maryland Dye, so I figured you could maybe run that once or twice, get a play action on it, and maybe you'll have it wide open, and that's exactly what happened. And we pulled a Ole Miss, and he fumbled the ball. So, but I mean, you know, just laid an egg, and then in the second half, just didn't have enough time. I mean, I felt like I might have been able to figure something out with the crossing routes I was trying to cook up, but just credit to the other coach.
Alrighty, man. Do you have any questions or anything you want to say to Mason?
Yeah, Coach, we've seen all year the Maryland Eye work for you guys game after game after game. We didn't see a lot of it today. Was there any kind of game plan reason behind that, or what kind of was the move away from that?
Well, there's, you know, 2 coaches that actively, a few people know how to stop it, they just don't do it, but there's 2 people in here that know how to stop it that, you know, will use that play call to stop it, and those 2 people are in this party. So you just have to watch when you play those guys, because you know you can't pull that kind of out of your back pocket there, and you have to adapt. And I think we had a really hard time adapting in that first half, but I think I threw a curveball at him too, setting up with 5 on the line every play, just keeping pressure. I think that's what kind of laid his goose egg, and then we just really overcommitted in the second half with the blitzes there and just gave up a lot of some touchdowns.
Alright.
Right on.
Wish you the best of luck throughout the rest of the season. Best believe we'll see you at the next game of the week for sure, as we get a chance to talk to Jackson. Jackson, do you have a copy?
Yep.
Okay, so first of all, congratulations on the win. You seem to have the defense did its part, but talk about the offense. What has helped you get the offense going? We've seen what happened in the first half, but what helped you get back into it in the second half?
Yeah, I don't really think anything really helped me get back into it. I'm usually a run first player. You see here 25 rushes for 25 yards, so kind of shut me down. Third down, both completions. It wasn't or both long touchdowns. I didn't really scheme anything up. It was just saw a guy open and throw it to him. But there's definitely some work to be done on offense.
Very well said, ma'am. Do you have anything you want to say to Jackson?
Yeah, well, just talk to me about kind of your defense early on. Just really took control of this game. An incredible play, and then fortunate play. Just how important was your defense? Obviously, that touchdown too. How critical was your defense to this win today?
Yeah, defense is everything, and especially in games like NCAA 25. It's defense is really difficult. So I try and focus a lot on getting stops, and he got me in the first half when I actually did that last season where I celebrated too early and fumbled in the end zone in the playoffs, but that was kind of a bailout. But yeah, any stop you can get is huge.
A little lag interception there in the second half as well.
No, nobody was open.
A little lag interception there. We should sent the footage over to the Ole Miss sideline right after.
Jackson, what do you think to go on the road into allegedly the second toughest place to play in the game and to come out with this win, what did this say about your team and you as a coach moving forward?
Yeah, it's huge. Obviously, the last 2 seasons lost in the championship game, and playing on the road in this game is always tough. I honestly, when we did our predictions going into the season, I had this as my only loss. Mason had this, I think, as his only loss. So, I mean, it's going into this believing I can win every game after this. I mean, I believed I could win this one, but it's just big for the confidence, and hopefully we can go undefeated, get that 1 seed in the playoffs.
Definitely do agree on that one. But thank you guys so much for a tremendous game. Mayhem, give us your final thoughts after what we just saw.
Yeah, I think we saw a statement win from Ole Miss. I mean, they get fortunate times, yes, but they had plenty of things go against them too. Two teams that faced some adversity, and Ole Miss came out on top. I think they really dominated that game. I think that was a statement win for Ole Miss. I'm not sure kind of how you saw it, but that's at least what I take away from this one.
I definitely do agree on that one. But hey, if you guys like what you see, make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe to the HPL YouTube channel, because coming up next we have another game of the week in store for you guys. But from all of us here at HPL, for Mayhem, for Jackson, for Mason, I am Jake saying so long, and we'll see you guys next time.